Hi everyone, I'm back again to make a new video. This time I'm going to do things a little bit different. I'm answering questions that I get asked most frequent, and it's about the Indiana pouch. These are questions I have been asked not only on YouTube, but also throughout the Facebook community, with the IC community. The first question is, how long is the Indiana pouch surgery? My surgery was about 9.5 to 10 hours long. The reason the surgery is a long surgery is because it is very delicate. It's more delicate than open heart surgery. The reason it is a long surgery and delicate is because they take their time. They get in there and make sure everything is in place and put together correctly. They want to make sure there are no leaks anywhere and that you're doing okay during the entire process. They have an excellent team taking great care of you. They want to make sure that you're breathing okay, that your heart rate is okay, and that just everything is working wonderfully for you. The next question is, how long is recovery? This varies from person to person. My recovery was several months because of the fact that you're sent home with 2 drainage tubes, one coming through your stoma and one coming from the lower part of your abdomen. These drainage tubes are necessary. They come with individual bags. The reason why they do this is to make sure that you don't have infection or anything like that going on. They come out of your Indiana pouch. These bags collect urine and anything else going on. And it is necessary. When you go to your first checkup, you will have the first tube and bag removed, and it's the one that comes from your stoma. They will also give you a plug for the other drainage tube. They do this so that way you can practice cathing through your stoma. And they will tell you at night you can reattach the other bag. That way you can actually sleep through the night. Then you'll go back a few weeks later and have the other one removed. And then over time you'll finally get done with the pain and all that fun stuff. I think it was about 5 or 6 months when all of the surgery pain seemed to fade away. It wasn't that bad as far as the pain once the second tube was removed. It started just to fade out completely. It does take up to a full year to recover. And I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm not saying you're going to be in pain for a full year. The reason it takes up to a full year to recover is because of the fact that since they made the Indiana pouch out of part of your large intestine, that pouch has to learn that it's no longer holding stool, but it's holding urine instead. So it has to train itself. Then you have to train yourself that you're no longer going to be sitting on the toilet to pee. And guys, y'all already stand that us women have to train ourselves. And all of us, men and women, have to train ourselves to cath through our stoma. So, it's a whole training process. Our bodies have to train themselves to rework everything. That's why it takes about a year to recover. It's just the mechanisms. We're like a machine on the inside, and it just has to work differently. And it does. It takes a whole year. And if you really meditate on it, You can just imagine how it just all comes together, and it's kind of cool, actually. I know, I'm weird. What are the limitations? After your surgery, you're really not supposed to do a lot other than rest and get well. Now, they do recommend you get up and move around. And I highly recommend you get up and move around, because you don't want to get sick. Getting up, moving around will help you to heal faster, and it will keep you from getting pneumonia. When I had my surgery, it was in August, so I was able to get outside. I was able to walk. Now, if you're unable to get outside, I recommend walking around your home. Doing a lot of walking will help you to heal a lot faster. It will help you to use less pain medication during the day. Whenever I got out of the hospital, I was able to go to the campground and camp out with my family. I walked around that campground all throughout the day, off and on. I used pain medication at night, mostly. And I might have took one in the morning. But I didn't do it every day. It was mostly at night. But that was just to help me rest after being on my feet a lot during the day. But by the time it was all said and done, I didn't even take the pain medication. I hardly took it as it's said anyways. So walking helps tremendously. I healed a whole lot faster by doing a lot of walking. And it does. It helps a lot. Sorry, I get caught in mouth so fast. Does it hurt to cath? No, it does not. It may be tender in the beginning, but that's because you've went through a big surgery. The stoma does not have any nerve endings at all, and that alone is a blessing. I was terrified to death that it was going to hurt me, because it looks like it's painful when you're sitting there putting something in through a hole in your belly. But no, it doesn't hurt at all. It's you don't feel it. How often do you empty? I empty 3 to 4 hours per day. It depends on how much water I drink. I empty and irrigate before I go to bed. I don't get up at all to pee. At all. Unless I drink a lot before I go to bed. And if I do, I might get up one time during the night. But other than that, I don't get up at all. And it is so wonderful to sleep all night. So wonderful. Do you work out with the pouch? No. I don't. You have to be very careful. They don't want you to do like sit-ups, crunches, nothing like that, because the muscles in your abdomen are very tender. They're weaker now that you've had this big surgery. You can do things like mild yoga. They don't want you to do Zumba or anything like that. You have to be very careful. Trust me, I have had 2 hernia repair surgeries. I've had 1 hernia cut out. I'm fixing to go for another hernia surgery, and that's because I've lifted things that I shouldn't. They want you to lift no heavier than a gallon of milk. I have to do laundry, so I'm on my own. Or was on my own, now I'm not. So don't do any lifting, please. Because, I mean, if there's ways around it, but before I didn't have any ways around it. So you got to be really, really careful and try to avoid lifting if you can. How normal is life after the surgery? Life does get better. It really does. Now, I get asked a lot about sex too. For women, sex does improve. It really does. Life does improve as well. I did my surgery because I have a son. I wanted to enjoy more with him, and I was able to get to do that with him as he was growing up. I've had my pouch now for 9 years. I had it back in 2008. That's when I had my surgery. So life does get better. That I guarantee. Now, like I said earlier, I irrigate, meaning I flush out my Indiana pouch with sterile water. This helps get the mucus out, because with the intestine, the large intestine that they use, it secretes. So it causes mucus. You need to get that mucus out. You need to get it thinned out. That way you don't set up infection. Or UTI or whatever. We call it pouchitis. If you do get a UTI or pouchitis, Cipro or Levaquin or any kind of antibiotic will help you to get rid of that. But drink a lot of water. That helps too. Because there's 2 medications I do take regular. Bactrim, you can take it daily. I've been on it for 9 years now. And it helps prevent UTIs. So if you can take a Bactrim or sulfur type medication to prevent UTIs, that is a safe one to take. Dicyclomine, I take this for spasms. When you have a pouch, you do have spasms. They don't hurt. It just tells you when you need to go to empty. So when your pouch gets full, you'll have a spasm. They do get intense when your pouch is really full, and they do get a little sharp, but they don't double you over. So dicyclomine helps keep them a little more mild, but you do still feel them. So, and dicyclomine is actually good for IBS too. So those are 2 medications I do take on a regular basis. But that's all I have, and I hope this video is helpful. And if you have any questions, feel free to post them, and I will try to get back to you sooner than later, because YouTube don't tell me when I have messages. But you can find me on Facebook, and I think that's easier than messaging me on YouTube, because I'm always on Facebook. But thank you guys for getting back with me and asking me questions. I greatly appreciate that, more than you know. And thank you for taking the time to watch my videos. I appreciate that more than you know. Thank you. Bye.